This is a Thystle Downe's news brief. I am your host, Mr. Thistle Bloom. Material for today's news brief was sourced from the Newsvoice news app. For the most up-to-date and unbiased news stories, go to your app store today and download the Newsvoice news app. Maria Butina, Russian spy or civil rights activist? Many of us have heard of the alleged Russian spy Maria Butina. The mainstream narrative of her tumultuous present has been circulated throughout the calcified veins and arteries of mainstream news outlets for the last country minute. What the media may not be relating to you, dear listeners, is that Ms. Butina has a history as a civil rights activist back home in Mother Russia. Just so we're all on the same page, Butina was arrested back in July on charges of acting as a foreign agent sans registering with the United States government. Federal prosecutors claim that in the days leading up to her trial, the Russian citizen was in contact with Russian spies through private messaging on Twitter and other social media outlets. This led to Butina being detained and subsequently subjected to the worst form of torture that many can imagine: frequent stints in solitary confinement. Maria has been accused of having an ongoing relationship with a Republican strategist while offering sexual favors to another individual for a position in a special interests organization. Butina has been caught in compromising circumstances, such as dining with a Russian diplomat who is also suspected of espionage, and petitioning another Russian official to meet with United States delegates. What the media tells us is that Butina infiltrated the NRA for the purpose of fomenting discord among the American populace. What they likely have not told you is that Maria spent a great deal of her time back in Mother Russia as a civil rights activist, focusing primarily on such issues as freedom of speech and the right to keep and bear arms. Russian law allows its citizens rifles, but not handguns for personal protection. Where is the logic? Butina asks. Where indeed, Maria? Where indeed? The Russian Foreign Ministry claims that Ms. Butina's arrest was politically motivated to disrupt the Helsinki summit between the Russian and United States presidents, as well as lend credence to the left's ongoing narrative of Trump-Putin collusion in the 2016 presidential election. It was deliberately timed, claims spokeswoman Maria Zakharova. Zakharova goes on to intimate that Butina's arrest was meant to stoke Russophobic hysteria. However, was that all it was meant to stoke? After months of torture at the hands of the United States justice system, Butina has pled guilty to charges of conspiracy to influence United States politics. If we're being honest, a great many people would plead guilty to the Holocaust after just 3 visits to solitary confinement. Butina has reportedly spent more time in solitary confinement than the average violent offender. When viewed in full context, Butina's arrest appears more as an attack against the National Rifle Association and the Second Amendment, as well as exactly what the media accuses Butina of: attempting to sow discord and hatred among the American people. The accusations leveled by spokeswoman Zakharova against the United States justice system may seem histrionic to many, but the full context suggests otherwise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and God bless.